Probably one of the questions that I get most often is, what is a dramaturg and what does a dramaturg do? There are as many different answers as there are dramaturgs, but one of the ways that I like to explain it is that I am a resource to help translate a play from a two-dimensional page into 3 dimensions on the stage. This year, in being the dramaturg for Cymbeline, one of my particular challenges was first of all figuring out what kind of a play this is. Cymbeline is not a play that is produced very often. It's been quite a number of years since we've done it. We call this play a romance. What does that mean? So one of my first questions as a dramaturg is, well, what is a romance? And in part of my research in working with Bill and the actors was actually figuring out that a romance is a genre of literary poetry, of fiction. Romances were adventure stories. They had supernatural elements. They had very complex plot lines with characters who seemed to be completely unrelated to each other, that all of a sudden would find themselves in the same storyline. They would be connected somehow, which is exactly what happens in this play. We meet characters and we have no idea who they are until the very end. They're based on fairy tales. They're based on stories that they would have told around the fireplace in the dead of winter, stories that they would have told their children. And so a lot of these fairy tales are still with us today. They might have changed in form a little bit. So for example, Cinderella's glass slipper in various versions has been a bracelet or a necklace or some other significant object. It wasn't always a glass slipper. But we still tell these stories today. So knowing how Cymbeline is based on the genre of romance, which are in turn based on fairy tales, gave us a way to enter this world by hearkening back to those fairy tales. So when you see the play, you might find certain touches that you'll recognize, say from your favorite Disney movie or from those beautiful illustrated copies of Grimm's fairy tales. You'll get the references, and they're all from the same source.